Hello, once again. My name is Santos Gallegos from New Mexico. My last video was a little bit of a brief introduction to the Lucumi and Santeria and a little bit of Palo-Mayombe religion. This video is going to be an introduction on the topic of Illegua. Illegua in Santeria, in Voodoo, Papalegba, they call him. And he is, let me give you this pateki. This pateki is called a story in Santeria of a certain orisha. And orisha is the deity. Let's see, there's there's many orishas. You can I wrote some of them down, not all of them, but Olofi, like I said in the last video, is the one supreme God. Illegua, Ogun, Ochosi, Osain, Orula, Babaluaye, Aganyusola, Chango, Obatala, Oya, Yemaya, Oshun, Ibei, Inle. Those are just a couple. Those are the most common orishas. But this pateki talks about Illegua and how he received his status amongst Olofi. And these patekis are not meant to be taken literal. It's the inner message and the moral of the story. I'm pretty sure a lot of my viewers are adults and you probably know similar what I'm talking about. I mean, the Bible talks things, the Quran talks things. You don't take them literal. It's a message, a hidden message. The Kabbalah, a lot of this, and Santeria and Palo-Mayombe, is a lot of it has to do from the Kabbalah, believe it or not. Anyways, this pateki talks about how Illegua in heaven, Olofi was very sick, okay? Very sick. And all the orishas were trying to, help him, give him a cura, a remedy, to heal him. And all of them were unable to help Olofi. And what happened was, Illegua seen. And he walked to Olofi and he sat on his lap. And he pulled out his little sack, which he had his hierbas, herbs in English. And he pulled out some herbs and he put them into Olofi's mouth. And all the orishas were looking and kind of shocked that Obatala was letting this little child do this. They didn't understand, but they let it continue. Obatala let it happen. So everything was happening, and then within seconds, Olofi got better. And from that moment on, and there's another story, but I won't get into that now. There's many patekis, many patekis, but Illegua, after healing Olofi, was always respected and honored. And in every ritual we have, we ask con la licencia de Olofi, with the permission, with the license of Olofi. And then we ask of Illegua to help us. Because Illegua, él tienes las llaves de los caminos. He has the keys to all your roads in life. He can close your roads or he can open your roads. Él puede cerrar ya tu caminos. He can close your roads or he can open them. And Illegua, his day is Monday. Monday is the day of Illegua, when you can go to your Illegua, you light him a candle, you sing a little bit, you ask him, you make a petition of him. You tell him, whatever your problem is, and he will open and close your roads. Illegua is a child. He is a boy. He has a child like mentality. He loves toys. You put little cars by his statue, by him. You put little candies. You put little treats. His favorite thing is a kite. But with other toys, children can take them and play or whatever. But a kite, he's very jealous of you. Make sure if you put a kite by your Illegua, you don't let nobody touch it. Well, first off, you never let nobody touch any of your orishas or your necklaces. These are only for your spouse and your children who can, touch them. And that's not to be, going overboard, but they can hug you, and no one else should touch your cadenas. No one else. Anyways, Ilegua, this is Santo Niño de Atocha. This is him right here. Santo Niño de Atocha. That's the little saint. Okay, that is what Ilegua is synchronized with. And this is Illegua. That is the Illegua, my Illegua. Very powerful Illegua. Illegua has opened many, many doors for me with the permission of Olofi, because nothing happens without Olofi. So, anyways, Illegua is received with your hereros. They're called warriors. Ochosi, Ogun, and Illegua. Los tres hereros, the three warriors. With your Illegua, you're going to want to put him in your house by the corner of your door, because he watches your whole house. He's the protector of your house. He watches your house. He watches the family. He watches your property. Everything he watches in your little home area. Okay, so in order to receive an Illegua, you need to have it given to you by a certified, properly initiated santero or a babalao. They need to give you this. Only they can. No one else can. You can't just buy one of these in the store. It costs many, many things. It doesn't cost, but it takes many, many things to make Ilegua. You see here he has the two cowrie shells as the eyes. Then he has the nose right here. There's his nose. There's his mouth and his little ears right here. Okay, and there's two-sided Ileguas, dos caras, because the other side of Ilegua is Etchun. Etchun is the mischievous little boy, the one who's mischievous. He's not bad, not evil, but he's just, in everything there's two sides. There's good and evil. There has to be a balance. There can't be just evil. There has to be good to, make things right. There can't be just good. Everything has to be a balance. There's a balance to everything. In Islam, they believe that. Christianity, everything. But in Christianity, they believe that the devil is the creator of evil, which, not all Christians believe, and Muslims don't believe it, Jews, because when you say that the devil is the creator of evil, that is giving the devil the authority. That's bringing him up, saying that he has the power to create, when he was a creation himself. God created all things. All things come from the Lord. Now, whether you call them good or evil, that's on you. But that's not necessarily true in my belief system. I believe that all things come from God and our own actions. People always say the devil made me do it. But in all reality, you did what you wanted to, and now you're sad because of the consequences of your actions. You can't handle them now. So now you have to blame that on somebody. And the best one to blame it on is the devil, So, but anyways, Ilegua is a very, 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 that's the first thing you need in this religion. The first step in the Santeria faith, and it's a very big step, it's called the media asiento. That's halfway there already, is when you receive your Ilegua and your hereros. And your Ilegua, like I said, on Mondays you can give him a cigar, non-flavored, no strawberry, grape, just a plain Swisher Sweet cigar. You light that cigar, you put that there by him, and you give him a little bit of rum. And even back to the old thousands of years, the Babylonians, the Egyptians, all these things, even Yahweh, Adonai in the Old Testament, these sacrifices, people say, well, why do you give them sacrifices? Let me see them eat it, or let me see you this. They make a mockery of it, but yet they don't understand, I guess, that even in the Old Testament, God favored sacrifices, the fat of a lamb, the first offerings of your grains in the field, the wine offerings. because there's a book. It's called Servant of the Bones by Anne Rice. It's a very good book. If any of you can ever read that book, it's great. I read it like 4 times. But in this story, there's a boy, Ezreal. He was Jewish boy. He was living in Jerusalem, and when the Babylonians invaded Jerusalem and conquered them and took them captive into Babylon, he got taken among them, because it talks of how they only took Jews that had gold trades in gold. They were able to do crafts, wood, very good stuff. The illiterate ones, they just kind of threw to the side. But anyway, Ezreal starts communicating with the god Marduk in the Babylonian faith, who is actually a real deity. The Babylonians did believe in Marduk. And Marduk tells him the reason why the spirits like offerings is because the smell, the aroma. They enjoy smelling it. They can't necessarily grab the turkey leg up and start eating it, you know. It's common sense. But the aroma, the fact that somebody took the time to do an offering like that is, you know, they very, very much appreciate it, you know. And that's the situation with the offerings, you know. So they like the aroma. But on Mondays you can give him the cigar, the rum, you put some candies, and every week on Monday you change the candies out. You take them and you throw them at a crossroads or at an X where there's a 4-way stop. You go and put them on the corner there. And Elegua really, 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 you know, give you help and change your life. You know, it just depends on the amount of faith you put into things. Because a lot of people don't understand that your thoughts have a frequency. And there was a good book a couple years ago that came out. It was called The Secret. And it showed you how people manage to get things that they really, really desire. And that the secret to that was actually just thinking about it, focusing on it, taking your time. In candomblé, actually, the sort of palo that I follow is a Brazilian palo. It's not Cuban, it's Brazilian. And before we leave the altar, before the first step in the palo offering is we sit in front of the offering for 20 minutes, thinking, meditating on our action that we're about to do. We project that frequency out into the universe, and the universe puts it back to us, throws it back to us. The sun moving, the earth rotating around the sun, all this energy that's around us, our thought, our frequency gets tossed out there and boom, bounce back. If it's positive, the positive will come back. If it's bad, the bad will come back. You know, if you're driving and there's a cop behind you and you're like, shit, I'm gonna get pulled over, I'm gonna get pulled over, I'm gonna get pulled over. You get pulled over, you know. It made a lot of sense, you know. So anyways, what I was saying was the faith, you know, the amount of faith that you give, that you put into this is what you'll get out of it, you know. I'll tell you right now, it'll change your life, and that I can guarantee. I can guarantee you that it will change your life, and you will see. I was amazed when I first got introduced to this religion. I was amazed. It was beautiful. It was life-changing, obviously, right? So anyways, I'm going to give you a little look at my Santo Niño that hangs out with my Elegua. And I'm going to show you my Elegua one time before I close this video. There's my Elegua. And he's a little stained because I give him offerings on there. I put a little bit of juice on there. Pomegranates. He loves pomegranates. Anyways, that was my video on Elegua, the orisha of Elegua. And next time I'll tell you how he came, actually, the story behind them. Because every orisha has a history, you know. And next time I'll get into that and we'll talk about it. But if you have any questions, let me know. Email me. Once again, I'm in New Mexico. If you have any questions, hit me up, email me. Take it easy.